If electron of an atom involves in a reaction, then it is called chemical reaction. If nucleus of an atom involves, then it is called nuclear reaction. Nuclear reaction is very dangerous because it releases enormous amount of energy. This enormous amount of energy could be used for productive purpose as well as destructive purpose. The productive purpose of using this nuclear energy is to produce electricity. The destructive purpose is to make atom bomb, which is highly destructive. You know what happened in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Now with this we'll start the 17th problem of exercise 1.3 arithmetic progression, which says in a school students thought of planting trees in and around the school to reduce air pollution. It was decided that the number of trees that each section of each class will plant will be the same as the class in which they are studying. Once again I'll read out. In a school, students thought of planting trees in and around the school to reduce air pollution. It was decided that the number of trees that each section of each class will plant will be the same as the class in which they are studying. Example, a section of class 1 will plant 1 tree. A section of class 2 will plant 2 trees, and so on till class 12. There are 3 sections of each class. How many trees will be planted by the students? Now, it is very clear that in a school there are 12 classes. Each class student are going to plant the trees. That depends on what kind of class they are studying. If the students are studying in class 1, then they are going to plant 1 tree. If the students are studying in class 2, then they are going to plant 2 trees. If the students are studying in class 11, then they are going to plant 11 trees, and class 12 students will plant 12 trees. Like this. Now, each class consists of 3 sections. Class 1, 3 sections. So how many trees they are going to plant in class 1? Class 1, 1 tree. But how many sections? 3 sections. Therefore, class 1, 3 sections. Class 2 has to plant 2 trees. But how many sections are there? Class 2, 3. Therefore, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6 trees. Like this, class 12 students has to plant 12 trees. But how many sections are there? 3 sections are there. So 12 plus 12 plus 12. 36 trees they have to plant. Now the question is, in all, on a whole, total number of trees planted by that particular students of that particular school, how much we have to find? Did you understand, children? So total number of trees we have to find. Now see that. Class 1 students have to plant 1 tree. Class 2 students have to plant 2 trees. Like this, the number of trees they are planting depends on what kind of class they are studying. Class 1, 1. Class 2, 2. Class 12, 12 trees. Class 12, 12 trees. Now, how many sections are there in each class? 3 sections. Each class consists of 3 sections. Class 1, they have to plant 1 tree, but such how many sections are there? 3 sections are there. So all the 3 sections will plant 1 tree each. That means this section is class 1, A section, class 1, B section, class 1, C section. 3 sections are there. So class 1 student, their work is to plant 1 tree, but 3 sections are there. Therefore, each section will plant 1 tree. Thus, it becomes class 1 3 trees. Understand properly? Class 1 student 1 tree itself, but 3 sections are there. Therefore, they are going to plant 3 plants. Class 1 3 plants, not 1 plant, 3 plants. Why? It is because of having 3 sections. Class 1 plant, but 3 sections are there. Each section is going to plant 1 tree, so 3 trees. Now class 2. Class 2, they have to plant 2 trees, but how many sections are there? Class 2 also have 3 sections. Therefore, each section will plant 2 trees. Thus, in total 6 trees. In this way, class 12, they have to plant 12 trees, but sections, there are 3 sections. Each class has 3 sections. Therefore, so the number are increasing, multiple of 3. That means 12, 12, 12. 12 3 times 36. 36 trees. Class 12 has to plant 36 trees because they have 3 sections. 12 class 12 trees, but 3 sections are there. Each section are going to plant 12 trees. Thus it becomes 36. And you see that class 1 3, class 2 6, class 3 4, 5, etc. Class 12 is 36 trees. Now what we have to do is, total number of trees the students have planted, we have to find. This is, if you can observe, we have a common difference. What is the common difference? 3 as a common difference. Next, class 3 will have 3, 3, 3, 9. So you can see that again 3 is a common difference. We have a common difference for this set of planting tree. Therefore, it forms an arithmetic progression. Thus, to find this, you can use sum of n terms formula. Sum of n terms formula. Now see that how many sections are there? 12 sections. Therefore, n is how many classes are there? 12 classes. Therefore, n is equals to 12. Class 1 is nothing but first term. Class 1 plant itself, but how many sections are there? 3 sections are there. Therefore, how many trees? 3 trees. Difference between each class, as you can observe, if class 1 is planting 3 trees, then class 2 is planting 6. Class 3 is planting 9. Why? Because of sections. And you can see that the 3 is increasing between each classes. Therefore, the common difference is 3. What you need to find? Sum of the plants planted by 12 class. Sum of the plants planted by 12 class, that is S12. Now use a substitute. S12 is equals to 12 by 2 into 2. What is A? A is 3 plus 12 minus 1 into 3. Into 3, that is D. D is nothing but common difference 3. Plus 12 is equals to 12 by 2, 6 into 6 plus 11 into 3. S12 is equals to 6. 6 plus 33. S12 is equals to 6. 6 plus 33 is 39. Now what is 6 into 39? 234. In all the class students are planting in total 234 trees. Did you understand, children? 234 trees they are planting from this particular school, which consists of 12 classes. Do you have any doubt? It's a very easy problem. Simply it is asked that how many plants is being planted by the students of one particular school, which consists of 12 classes. 12 classes. What are the conditions given? The tree they are going to plant depends on their class. If class 1, 1 tree. Class 2, 2 trees. Like this. Now, one more thing is given that each class have 3 sections. Therefore, class 1, though 1 tree, since they have 3 sections, 3. Class 2, 6. Class 3, 9, etc. etc. Thus we get 3, 6, 9 in the form of a set of arithmetic progression. A set of numbers, since having the common difference 3, forms an arithmetic progression. Therefore, we can use sum of n times formula and substitute. We will get 234. What is that 234? 234 is nothing but number of trees planted by the students of that particular school, consisting of 12 classes. Understand, children? Now we'll enter into 18th problem. Now we'll see the 18th question of exercise 1.3 arithmetic progression, children. I'll read out the question. Listen carefully. 18th question. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles. A spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternately at A and B. With centers alternately at A and B. Starting with center at A of radii 0.5 centimeter, 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter as shown in the figure. What is the total length of such spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? What we need to find is the total length of the spiral, which consists of 13 consecutive semicircles. Understand the question properly, children. Now, this is a spiral which is made up of 13 consecutive semicircles. 13 consecutive semicircles whose centers alternate at A and B. What does it mean? It means for the first semicircle, A is the center. For the second semicircle, B is the center. For the third semicircle, again A is the center, and for fourth semicircle, B is the center. Like this it is proceeding. How many such semicircles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this 13 semicircles are there in a spiral. We need to find the total length of that spiral. The clue given is there are 13 semicircles. 13 semicircles. Now, length of one semicircle is L1, L2, L3, L4 up to L13. What we need to find is L1 plus L2 plus L3 etc. up to plus L13. We have to find the length of 13 consecutive semicircles. Now you know the circumference of a semicircle is nothing but 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Circumference of a semicircle is 2 pi. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Then what is the circumference of semicircle divided by 2? It becomes pi r. 2 pi r is the circumference of one complete circle, and pi r is the length of the arc. Pi r is the length of arc of this semicircle. Okay. Now what is the condition? If we know the radius, then we can find the length of the semicircle by using this formula pi r. What we need, the parameter to find the length of that semicircle is one radius is required. Radius value. What is the radius value? It is set starting with center A. The radius of circle, first semicircle, is 0.5. R1 is 0.5. What is R2? R2 is 1.0. All these are centimeters. What is R3? R3 is 1.5 centimeters. R4 2.0 centimeters, etc. This is the clue given. Okay. What is 0.5? 0.5 is nothing but 1 by 2. 0.5 is nothing but 1 by 2. 1 is 1 itself. What is 1.5? 1.5 can also be written as 3 by 2, and 2 is 2 itself. R1 is 0.5. This 0.5 can be written as 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5. R2 is 1 maintained as it is. R3 is 1.5 centimeters, which can be written as 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is nothing but 1.5. R4 is 2. Did you understand, children? No? Now, these are the data given. With this, we are going to find the length of this spiral, which has 13 consecutive semicircles, using this arithmetic progression concept. How? Now see, length of first semicircle, which is nothing but pi r1, pi r2. Length of second semicircle, pi r3, etc. Pi r13. We have to find. Now, what is pi value? Clue is given 22 by 7. Keep as it is. What is R1? R1 is 1 by 2. 0.5 R 1 by 2 plus pi. What is R2? R2 is nothing but 1 plus what is R3? R3 is nothing but 3 by 2, etc. up to 13 R13. Now you can see that it becomes pi into 1 by 2 is pi by 2 plus pi plus 3 pi by 2, etc. up to pi R13. Now first term is there, a is equals to pi by 2, and you find the common difference. If you have a common difference, then you can directly say that this is a set of arithmetic progressions, so that you can find sum of n terms formula. Now see that common difference is second term minus first term. Second term is 1 pi, first term is pi by 2, half pi. 1 pi minus half pi is pi by 2, half pi, pi by 2. Now same you observe, 3 pi by 2, set third term minus first term. Common difference between second term and first term is pi by 2 we got. Now we see the difference between third term and second term. Observe here, R is 1.5. From 1.5 we are taken as 3 by 2. From 1.5, if 1 from 1.5, if 1 is subtracted, what is remaining? Pi by 2 of itself, pi by 2. Therefore, you are getting the common difference pi by 2, pi by 2. Thus, it forms a series of what? Arithmetic progression. It is a set of arithmetic progression. Therefore, we can take sum of n terms formula. Now, n is equals to how much? N is equals to 13. Why? Because there are 13 consecutive semicircles. So we take n is equals to 13. We have got a is equals to pi by 2, d is equals to pi by 2, which is the common difference. N is equals to 13. Now what you need to find? Total distance, total length of this spiral. Total length, total sum. Sn. Yes, here n is nothing but 13. So first I am writing the formula. Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. What is n? 13. What is that 13? Semicircles. 13 semicircles are there. Is equals to 13 by 2. What is a? A is nothing but pi by 2 plus 13 minus 1 into what is d? Pi by 2. Yes, 13 keep as it is equals to 13 by 2. 2 got cancel up. Pi maintain. Plus 13 minus 1 is 12 into pi by 2. 12 numerator, 2 denominator, 2 1 times 2 6 times. Yes, 13 is equals to 13 by 2 pi plus 6 pi. Total how many pi's are there? 1 pi plus 6 pi is 7 pi. Yes, 13 is equals to 13 by 2 into 7 pi. What is the pi value? It is given pi value is nothing but 22 by 7. Substitute this pi value here. Thus it becomes 13 by 2 into 7 into pi is 22 by 7. 7 gets cancelled up. 22 by 2 is there. 2 11 times. 2 11 times is 22. And thus we have now 13 into 11. 13 into 11. What is 13 into 11? 143. So SN total length. SN now is 13. We got 143 centimeter. What is the total length of this spiral, which consists of 13 semicircles, not hemispheres, semicircles? 143 centimeter. 143 centimeter. Did you understand, children? 140. Question asked is, what is the length of the spiral which consists of 13 semicircles? The length of this spiral which consists of 13 semicircles is 143 centimeter. How we got? We got in a very easy way by collecting all the data. Length of first semicircle, length of second semicircle, third up to 13 written. So what is the condition? Length. How you find length? By circumference formula. Circumference is of a whole circle is 2 pi r, but circumference of semicircle is pi r. After dividing 2 pi r by 2, we get pi r. So substitute pi r everywhere. So 1 pi r means length of one semicircles. But r value is given. R value is 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, which we have converted as half, 1, 1.5, 3 by 2, 2, etc. And if you take common difference, if you see the difference between the consecutive terms, you are getting common difference pi by 2, pi by 2. Thus, it forms the set of arithmetic progression. Set of numbers which forms arithmetic progression because they have common difference. And using SN formula, SN is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, we substituted all the data. Finally, we got 143 centimeters. 143 centimeters is the total length of this spiral. Did you understand, children? Thank you. Bye-bye.